It's my call. I'm good. With Nita. You good? It's my call. I'm good. With Nita. You good? Let's be good together. Let's be good together.
Good morning. I'm back. Got the mug. It's time for mug talk. Not a lot going on since yesterday, but it's that time. So I wanted to say good morning before it hit 12 o'clock. And I know it almost is because my clock says 11:16. So I am running a little late. But I got some good news. I got an interview. So I'm working on that this morning. So I was doing that. And I was just thinking how, you know how you pray for something and you keep asking God to allow this to happen or give you this or whatever. Then when it happens, it almost happens so fast that you're not prepared for it. See? That's me. It's like, I'm just going to give you an example. Yesterday, I'm driving and I was just out because I wanted to get out the house. So I was just driving and I went to a store, walked around a little bit, got in a car, not, just singing and just going along my way. Well, my phone rings. Well, my phone rang. I couldn't see the call ID because I had it on, mounted. So I looked and it looked like a familiar area code. So I just said, okay, let me just answer. So I'm like, hello. And the person said, hi, Juanita, how are you? And I said, oh, I'm good. So I'm thinking maybe it's somebody from my old job because the way they said it was like, they really knew me. So I said, hey, but I didn't want to say who's this because I'm trying to listen to see if I could catch the voice. So she says, is this a good time? I wanted to talk to you. So I said, well, I'm driving. I said, I tell you what, call me in about 10 minutes because I'll be home. I'm on my way home now, so call me back. So she said, oh, okay. She said, I'm sorry. I said, no problem. Call me back. I'll be there in 10 minutes. So didn't think much of it. I figured it has to be somebody I know. I just couldn't catch the who it was, the voice. So I get home and I'm walking around, I look on my phone, and then I see the telephone number is from a place that I applied for. And I'm thinking, oh my God, was that for a job and I'm talking like that? So I'm like, whew, I hope she calls back. But, I didn't get her name or anything. So I'm walking around the house trying to figure out how do I call back and say, did you call? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that was awkward. So I'm like, okay, Juanita, you just gotta wait. Maybe she'll call. If she calls, it's for you. So in the meantime, I go on with my day. So I'm talking to my cousin on the phone and we're just, just talking. Next thing you know, the phone rings again. This number pops up. And I'm like, I gotta call you back. So my cousin's like, huh? Because she's talking and I'm like, I gotta call you back. So I hang up and then I'm like, hello? And so she said, hi, Juanita. So again, this sounds familiar. So I'm like, I said, hey. So she says, hi, this is so-and-so and I'm calling from so. And I'm like, oh my God, it was for a job. And now I'm trying to get all professional and I'm like, yes. And I know she kind of caught this like, uh-huh. And so she kind of laughs in the background and she said, I caught you at a bad time earlier and I told you I would call you back. So to make a long story short, it ended up being a really good conversation and it was a telephone interview. So I'm so glad I was on my best behavior. That I didn't say something crazy like, what you want, girl, please, you know what? So I was glad about that. So the telephone interview ended up going into a second interview. So it works out, but it was like I wasn't really prepared for that. I wasn't even thinking about that. And I said, see, it's always good to answer your phone nicely. But these telemarketers are picking up on that because they call you like y'all homies. They be, hey, Juanita, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. like somebody called me the other day and asked me to did you call about disability insurance? I said, what? He said, I'm calling. Did you call about disability? I said, no. Who's this? Click. He hangs right up. So I said, now see, you're a bad telemarketer because you hung up on me. So now if I see your number or whatever, I'm not even giving you an opportunity. But anyway, we should always be prepared. Always. And that's a lesson to me because I sure was. And I'm thinking it's somebody from the job and I'm ready to bust it up and laugh and all that. And I'm thinking, oh, this was a job. Let me stop. So anyway, I have a quote for you. Always. Quote, and this is what the quote says. I'm going to turn my camera around so it doesn't look like I'm looking over my shoulder. But the quote says, you were given this life because you're strong enough to live it. I don't know if I used that before. It sounds familiar. But I think that's correct. You were given this life because you're strong enough to live it. When you think about somebody else's life and some of their story and what they've gone through, you know, in your mind you kind of say, oh, I don't know if I could have done that, or if that was me, I would have done da-da-da-da. You know, we go on that. But, you know, your own life, somebody else couldn't live your life. So when I think about that today, I was like, I must be strong enough to live this because the past few months have been a test for me, and I'm making it through it. I'm making it, you know. I'm not hungry. I'm not homeless. I'm not hopeless. So I must be strong enough for it. So, yeah, that's the quote for today. So I'll say it again. You were given this life because you're strong enough to live it. That's the encouraging word today. You're strong enough to live it. Nobody can live it for you. You can do this. And y'all know what? Let me tell you something else before I let you go. These are my old glasses. And in this eye, just blurry. Now look, my daughter's calling now. Anyway. Hold it 1 second. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. That's my daughter calling me. So anyway, I'm good. You're good. Let's be good together. We can do this. This is our life. So we have to live it. Remember that. Like, subscribe. Tell somebody about our relationship. You know, pass it on. Slowly and surely we can encourage each other. Every day is some encouragement. We can do it. All right? So I'll see you soon. Aloo.